Hungary is the fourth stop on our Danube journey. We see Budapest in 1909, the year Miklos Radnóti was born. Miklos Radnóti is one of Hungary's most important poets. He was born in Budapest to a Jewish family. His mother and twin brother died in childbirth, an event that haunted Radnóti throughout his life and filled him with feelings of guilt, which also find expression in his poetic work. He published his first volume of poetry at the age of 21. In 1930, he began studying literature at the University of Szeged, but after graduating, he remained without employment. In 1935, he married Fanny Gyarmati, to whom he dedicated numerous love poems. Politically, Radnóti was close to the left and maintained contacts with the illegal Communist Party. Despite his family background, he felt closer to Catholicism than to Judaism. He converted to Christianity in 1943. A year later, he was deported to the Bor labor camp near Belgrade because of his Jewish background. When the Red Army approached, the camp was evacuated and the prisoners were driven away from the front on foot. In November 1944, Radnóti was shot by Hungarian guards near the village of Abda near Győr, Hungary, together with 21 other prisoners who could no longer go on and buried in a mass grave. When the grave was opened a few months later, Radnóti was identified from the poems in his pocket. I lived in an age on this earth when man was so debased he killed not only from duty but willingly for pleasure, and he believed in delusions, braiding his life with wild obsessions as he foamed and raved. I lived in an age of this earth when to be a murderer or informant merited pride, and traitors and bandits were heroes, and those who were retiring and silent were hated and shunned like the plague. I lived in an age on this earth when a mother was a curse to her child and the women were overjoyed to miscarry, and the living envied the worm-eaten dead and toyed with the poison that foamed on their table. I lived in an age on this earth when the poet was silent, waiting to find his voice once more, and then there were none left to curse the world like Isaiah, the master of dreadful words. May 19th, 1944, this poem entitled Fragment was written in Budapest before leaving for his final call-up of forced labor. In Croatia, the tour continues tomorrow.